like a stiff. Where are all the girls, man? I don't know. What girls are you talking about, brah? Okay, what's going on, everyone? Active Sin here, and today I'm gonna be talking about Nintendo. I'm gonna be talking about third parties and why I feel like it's not the power of this device that is keeping third parties away. It's money, as usual, and unfortunately, the fan base. So we're gonna be looking back in time. We're gonna be looking at sales. We're gonna be looking at third-party sales and Nintendo first-party sales throughout a lot of Nintendo's consoles. You're gonna see some trends, and you're gonna see some reasons why third parties kind of just stay away. So let's start with the NES. Where are you, NES? All right. So maybe I should zoom in so you guys can see it a little better. How do you do that? There we go. Okay, platform, NES. Okay, so if we look here and use the top 10 games for example, number 1, Nintendo game, Mario. Number 2, Duck Hunt. Number 3, Super Mario Bros., another Nintendo game. Number 4, Super Mario Bros. 2, another Nintendo game. Number 5, Legend of Zelda, another Nintendo game. Number 6, Tetris. This was published by Nintendo. 7, Dr. Mario, again published by Nintendo. Number 8, Zelda 2, Adventure of Link, Nintendo. We finally have a third-party game, and that's from Ninja Turtles from Palcom. I don't think they're around anymore. 10 is Excitebike, Nintendo. And again, even number 11 is Nintendo. So you gotta go down the list before you start seeing some third-party stuff. But still, Nintendo, 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 Nintendo. Whole bunch of Nintendo there. So let's move on. SNES. Where's the S? There you are. So now we have the Super Nintendo, and again, same trend. Number 1, Super Mario World, greatest game of all time, so I don't blame them for being number 1. Super Mario All-Stars, Nintendo. Donkey Kong, Nintendo. Mario Kart, Nintendo. Capcom made the top 10. This is when they were Capcom, with Street Fighter 2, not Crapcom as they are now. Donkey Kong, Nintendo, Zelda, Nintendo, Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, Nintendo, and Capcom made the list again with another Street Fighter game. And then to round out number 10, again, Donkey Kong from Nintendo. Starting to see a trend, right? Let's go on to the N64, where everything started to kind of derail for Nintendo as Sony hits the market. Nintendo uses cartridges and doesn't go to CDs. And this is when they really started to lose support. So let's go. N64 again. Mario number 1, Nintendo. Mario Kart, Nintendo. GoldenEye published Nintendo. Zelda, Nintendo. Super Smash Brothers, Nintendo. Nintendo, 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 all the way down to number 20, all published by Nintendo. The first one that's not Nintendo is one of my top games on the N64, which is WCW vs. NWO Revenge, which is a fantastic game by THQ, who is not really around anymore. And then we have Nintendo. Activision made it with Tony Hawk, then Nintendo, and Nintendo. So this is, the N64 is probably the worst offender of this, just because of the situation they had with the cartridges. And then we move on to the GameCube. The powerful GameCube, the one that was created for third parties to get on board, and let's see what happened with the GameCube. So we have Smash Brothers Melee, Nintendo. Mario Kart, Nintendo. Super Mario Sunshine, Nintendo. Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, Nintendo. Luigi's Mansion, Nintendo. Animal Crossing, Nintendo. Metroid, Nintendo. Sega has somehow made it on here. Sonic Adventure Battle, Sega at number 8, and yet we can't get 60 FPS on their new Sonic Forces on the Switch. Funny how that works. Number 9, Pokemon Coliseum, Nintendo. Mario Party 4, Nintendo. And it goes on and on like this. Nintendo. Here are 2 third-party games. A Sonic Collection. There's no Sonic Collection on the Switch. Funny how that works. And what else was there? Star Wars Rogue Leader. That's an awesome game. Nintendo. You see, guys. You see what I see. You see the numbers. You see the name. You see Nintendo. You don't see much else. Let's move on to the best-selling Nintendo console, home console of all time, the Nintendo Wii. Let's take a look. All right, number 1, Wii Sports, obviously. Jesus, 82 million. God damn. Nintendo. Mario Kart, Nintendo. Wii Sports, Nintendo. Wii Play, Nintendo. Smash Bros, Nintendo. Wii Fit, Nintendo. Wii Fit Plus, Nintendo. Holy crap, those things sold 20 plus million? That's nuts. Smash, Nintendo. Galaxy, Nintendo. Ubisoft rounds out 10 and 11 with Just Dance. And that's one of the main games we got during the next generation, which is the worst one. And then we have Wii Party, Nintendo, Mario Party 8, Nintendo. And Sega comes in with Mario and Sonic at the Olympics, Nintendo. And then you gotta go really down the list. It's all Nintendo, but there's like some Activision in here. This is where the third parties lie, around 1 million to 2 million sales per games. And that's with an install base of 100 plus million, guys. Then we move on to the Wii U. This console. Okay, so let's look at the Wii U. Mario Kart 8, number 1, obviously. More than like half the install base has this game. And then Mario Bros. U, Nintendo. Smash, Nintendo. 3D World, Nintendo. Splatoon, Nintendo. Nintendo Land, Nintendo. Mario Maker, Nintendo. Super Luigi, Nintendo. Wind Waker, Nintendo. Mario Party, Nintendo. Mario Party U, Nintendo. Not Mario Party, Wii Party U. Tropical Freeze, Nintendo. Yoshi's Woolly World, Nintendo. Captain Toad, Nintendo. You could even consider Pokken Nintendo, but they have it listed as Namco here. But okay, so the first third-party game truly would be Minecraft, and that's at number 16. Are you starting to see why third parties don't really want to mess with Nintendo and their fans? It's got nothing to do with the power of the device. This thing is the most developer-friendly device Nintendo's ever made. How many articles and interviews did we see from people saying it is easy to port games over to the Switch? It's very easy to port games over. It's very user-friendly, developer-friendly. It supports a lot of modern engines, more so than any other Nintendo console. So why, oh why, do we keep getting these excuses? Oh, it can't run. We can't do it. When you see some of these companies put the same kind of games on last generation, like Xbox 360, PS3, some of these games even go to cell phones. It can be done. The power is almost irrelevant as long as it's easy to develop for, because you can always scale the game down. 720p, 30 FPS, 60 FPS, whatever it is to get it on the hardware. But problem is, they're worried they're not going to make their money back. And as you can see here, a lot of the times they probably did not. So they're waiting for the install base to grow. But again, like, we look at the Wii, 100 plus million. And the first third-party game, other than this Mario and Sonic game, and Just Dance, is what? More Just Dance, Zumba fitness game. Lego Star Wars did pretty good, and then Guitar Hero did pretty good. A lot of them are hovering around in the 2 million area, and that's on a 100 million install base. So that's why they're scared. That's why they make excuses. And unfortunately, a lot of it is the fan base. They just clearly don't buy a lot of third-party games. Maybe that's because of a lot of us have multiple consoles. You can buy it elsewhere, because a lot of the times, if they're not released on the same day, why would you wait to get it on the Nintendo console? I'm totally for that. I understand that. But it is what it is, guys. Like, if they wanted these games on the console, it would be there. Because they can, of course, scale the games down. Because, again, this hardware is more developer friendly and supports more engines than any other Nintendo console. We've seen stuff like Snake Pass, Unreal Engine 4 game. They got it running, what, in 2 weeks? 1 week? Something crazy like that. It clearly doesn't take too much time. Obviously, a AAA game will take a little longer. But even Miyamoto said, like, a full-on AAA game will only take about a year to port. And if you have stuff like that Dragon Ball 2D fighting game, 3D models, whatever, that game's like only 20% done. But these guys are still saying, even if we do bring it out, it won't come out at the same time. It's crazy, man. I don't know. I hate shit like that. Like, it's not the hardware in this case. It's definitely the install base, the fan base. They're worried they're not going to make their money back. It is what it is. That's why when I say things like, don't get your hopes up for third parties on the Switch, people get mad. But, like, facts are facts. Numbers don't lie. You're not going to see that many third-party games because of the fan base and what they buy. And especially because of the Wii U. What a bad taste left in their mouths. Even Call of Duty can't even hit 500,000 on the Wii U. One of the biggest franchises of all time. And then you turn around and wonder why third party don't want to put their games on the Switch. The Switch will sell a lot. It might even hit Wii numbers. Then you'll see some stuff show up. But, like, for the meantime, nah. Just get used to seeing Nintendo. Which for me is perfectly fine. This as far as I'm concerned, this is a Nintendo machine with some indie games and a couple third parties here and there. But I don't know, guys. What do you think? Actually, let me check out this chat. So that's what it seems like it is to me. The Switch is powerful enough. Yeah, definitely. Alex, hold control with... I'll scroll how I decide to scroll. Nintendo review tech. What? Nintendo games are the best-selling games on a Nintendo console? Well, you say that, but I'll show you something. Let's look at the Xbox One. We'll look at PlayStation after. This is an Xbox console, right? It's not a third-party console. It's made by Microsoft. Let's look at how many Microsoft games are in the top 10. Call of Duty, Activision, Grand Theft Auto, Take-Two, Call of Duty, Activision, Battlefield 1, EA, Halo, there we go, there's one, Microsoft, Fallout 4, Bethesda, Call of Duty, Activision, Star Wars, EA, Minecraft, Microsoft, there's the second one, and FIFA, EA. They have the reverse problem. Their first parties don't sell, and it's only third parties that sell. Let's take a look at PS4. They have a very similar problem. Number 1, Grand Theft Auto, Take-Two, Call of Duty, Activision, FIFA, EA. Number 4, Uncharted, Sony. There's the first one. FIFA, EA. Star Wars, EA. Call of Duty, Activision. Fallout 4, Bethesda. Call of Duty, Activision. Battlefield, EA. And FIFA, EA. They have one first-party game in the top 10. Complete opposite problem. So yes, it's a Nintendo console, but is this PlayStation not a Sony console? Is Microsoft's platform not a Microsoft console? So wouldn't you expect Sony's games to be the best-selling games on Sony's console? No, it doesn't work like that. They have a different problem. But you see what this fan base buys, you see what Xbox buys, and even with Xbox like lagging behind in sales, like they still get every third-party game, no questions asked, other than some like obscure Japanese games which will only sell on PlayStation, maybe Nintendo if they actually got them, but like they still get them, just because like traditionally third-party games sell very well on Microsoft and Sony's hardware, and it just does not on Nintendo's, for better or for worse. Like it is what it is. Like on Nintendo's hardware, you're mostly gonna see Nintendo games because that's what they've cultivated. And until they get a bigger install base or Nintendo starts publishing some of these games, you're not going to see a lot of them. Like, even Call of Duty, we had 2 Call of Duties on the Wii U. The Switch is not even getting 1 so far. That's crazy. And you have to believe that's because of the Wii U. Let's just look at the Wii U for a second. Let's check out Call of Duty, one of the biggest franchises of all time. Where is Call of Duty on here? Oh, we gotta keep going down, guys. 53. 410,000 units sold. Call of Duty, guys. Let's go back. Call of Duty. How many did Call of Duty sell on Xbox? A different Call of Duty, but still the same idea. Call of Duty's number 1. Number 1 versus 53 on Nintendo. 7 million versus 0.4 million. Like, what else can you say? What else can you say? Like, that is Nintendo's battle to fight. It is an uphill battle, obviously. I don't expect third parties to come. They just don't. There's no money. There's no money here. Unless Nintendo does some deals, publish them, or do some third-party exclusive deals, which is what I'm hoping they're going to do, because I'd rather have third-party exclusives than multiplats, because, like, even with the multiplats we're getting, like, that FIFA game, there's no story mode. That's ridiculous. It's using an old engine. And what else was a crazy one? Oh yeah, Sonic Forces. All the other versions, 60 FPS. Switch, 30. Ridiculous. I'd rather have exclusive games like that Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle. That game looks freaking awesome. Stuff like that makes sense. And stuff like that will sell, because it's not the inferior version. Let's see here. What are you guys talking about? Damage control, here I am. Where is Resident Evil 4? It's not in the top area, that's for sure. Why are you talking so early? Are we talking about best-selling games? Why am I talking so early? Because I want to get this done before I go to work. Third parties don't trust Nintendo at all. Why is it so hard for people to understand? That title is why I'm trying to say these people all the time. Yeah, man, like, I don't know why. I guess it's because third parties use that excuse. Like, they say things like this, like, oh, it won't run, oh, it doesn't meet our vision, just stupid things, nonsense. Like, don't believe that shit. That's not true, because they could get it to run. They have to say things like this, because they can't just come out and say, nah, we're not putting on Nintendo because their fan base won't buy it. That would look really bad on them. So they can't say shit like that. So they have to make up excuses like, oh, it can't run. We can't do it, guys. It's too weak. Wish they'd pick a different narrative, but the power thing is a non-issue because of the architecture and its ease of development. So that is just a flat-out lie. But they have to say something, and they're not going to say we can't do it because of the fan base, because then they will never be able to put a game on Nintendo. Because they burn the fan base, right? They can't do it. So they have to make up nonsense. So I can't damage control. What the fuck? Someone tell that to Grimpachi. He just does that to annoy people. Where the bitches at? I don't know, Darkstar. It's a little early for bitches, my dude. I'm afraid to give my opinion because OJ is stalking me. Oh, god damn it, real. Anyway, I buy every other game on PC. I don't complain anymore about getting X and Y on my Switch. Yeah, I'm the same way, man. Like, again, as I have to keep repeating this because people just don't hear me when I say this. I do not care if this thing gets third-party multiplats because I do not play multiplats on here. I have a PlayStation and PC. So for me, it is irrelevant. I have to say it slowly because people don't seem to get that. But I'm just trying to explain to you why you're getting the situation that you have. And even the ghost of the Wii U haunting Nintendo even after its death. The Wii U was a big problem, guys, with third parties especially. Like, That support is dead now because of that console. God damn it, this fucking phone, man, I'm telling you. Every time I'm streaming, this shit goes off. Let's see here. What else are you guys talking about? The Nintendo Switch is not going to get a lot of third-party multiplats. Let's be real here. It doesn't matter how powerful the console is. Yeah, like, it'll get some stuff, but it's mostly going to be Nintendo and indies and third-party exclusives, which is totally cool, but, like, obviously, it would be great to get the multiplats, like the Call of Duties and the Battlefronts and all that shit. Like, that would be fantastic. But they don't sell. So you're going to have to wait until the install base is big, and that's just what it is. It's not fair, and I don't think that's how it should be, but that's just the way it is, unless Nintendo wants to start publishing these games, and they're not going to, because they're Nintendo. They published, what the hell was it, Skyrim for some reason, but they won't publish a new game. I just don't get it. The best thing for Nintendo is to publish big games like COD, Madden, and Assassin's Creed. Yeah, exactly. They should. Sony did it back in the day. They published a bunch of the third-party games on the PS1, and now look at them. They get them all anyways. Where is my YouTube app for the Switch? That stuff is coming. Like, so don't worry about that, but it's probably gonna be a while. After Modern Warfare 2, Call of Duty sales has been really bad game series. I don't care if it's popular. That doesn't mean it's good. I still like Call of Duty. Just to be a dick, if you don't care about multiplats on the Switch, why the video? Because I have to explain this to people, because they honestly believe that it's not getting it because of the power of the device, and that is just not true. That's factually incorrect. So it has to be shown why. It's always about money, and it's always about corporations worried about getting that money back. That's all it ever is. Investors, money. That's where decisions are. They can run a game on this hardware, no problem. Because they can run it on a fucking 360 and a PS3 and cell phones. So anyone who believes otherwise is probably crazy. The Wii U was a scam from the start. Yeah, I just don't like that console. But yeah, I guess we're done here, guys. I'm gonna go play episode 5 of the Batman game. So if you guys want to watch that, I'll be playing that in a few minutes. But yeah, I will see you guys later.